Okay.
Yo, what's up? I'm sure most of you were just with me from 10 minutes ago. So for those of you, welcome back. Hopefully you got some good NBA stuff and not exactly the best NBA night. But now I need to get some bets down. I don't have a single MLB bet down here, so I'm hoping maybe you gentlemen can sell me on some shit. Toast says he has 9 bets down for this slate. Prop Beaver said, and I quote, these were his exact words. He goes, guys, I use the P word a lot today. I'm like, P word? And he's like, he said, pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no argument.
Lots of passes today.
Oh, he called pass the P word.
Lots of stinky P words today.
All right, it's 4 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get it started. Nope, Braves, White Sox has started. Rockies, Cubs started. We're on game 3. Pirates, Nats. That's where we're starting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Because it starts as we're doing it. Okay.
Oh, this one starts right. This one starts right now.
Yeah, nobody would have time to place a bet, but sure, we could do that. I have a bet in it, so.
All right, here. Let's start the poll quickly. Get into the bet in case they want to jump in.
Okay. Joey Meneses over 1.5 bases. There's 0 graphics for it because
Joey Meneses over 1.5 bases. You don't need an analyst. You don't need an analysis. Joey Meneses over bases, total bases.
Yeah, Marco Gonzalez sucked.
If it's
Nats first 5 money line, Nats first 5 run line, whatever you like. I played the first 5 money line. I also did Lane Thomas hits, runs, and RBIs.
So Meneses over total bases. Nats first 5 money line or run line. Got it. So that game actually starts in 4 minutes, I believe. So that's why we rushed through that in case anyone.
I really do like the Nats first 5 too. So.
All right, so poll people came in voting for the Pirates. Pirates are 4-0. Most profitable team in Major League Baseball is your Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's move on to the next game. One we actually have time to discuss.
It's like hitting the lottery playing Miami 4 games in a row.
Royals, Orioles. I'm going to bet plus 1.5 as an option here because it's kind of a big favorite, the O's. All right, so you got Baltimore at home playing the Royals. Baltimore coming off a loss to the Angels. The Royals coming off a win. I'm pretty sure, didn't the Royals beat the shit out of somebody yesterday? Was that Cleveland?
Yeah, the Twins.
Twins, yeah. And we said on the nightcap that we liked it. I'm pretty sure Commish or you, someone said they like Twins team total under in that too. It might have been Commish that said that, so they were right because I'm pretty sure they got shut out.
They did. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So we got Michael Wacha making his Kansas City Royals debut against Dean Kramer in Baltimore, in Camden. Prop Beaver, are you going back to your Royals? You liked them yesterday.
Nah, I mean, I don't really love this game at all. I'm not really seeing value on either side here.
P-word?
Yeah, honestly, I don't really need to say anything. I'll just pass. I don't see value on either side.
Toast?
I played first 5 over 4.5. Dean Kramer is one of the pitchers that me and Commish have talked about a lot, and this is kind of a fade of him. He was really good for Baltimore last year, but he did a really bad job of missing bats, and he gave up a lot of hard contact. We saw the Royals explode yesterday. I really think they can push a couple across. Wacha is one of those guys that I actually think is a lot better than people give him credit for. But he's really getting older. He's dealt with a lot of shoulder fatigue. I understand it's the first game of the season, but I really don't trust him here on the road against a Baltimore lineup that's just absolutely killing the ball right now. So I expect that Baltimore to come out pissed off and score a couple runs as well, which I think should push us over that 4.5 number.
So I had the over 8.5, but then I decided to pass when the line moved down to 8.
So was it 8.5 and it dropped to 8, the total?
Yeah, I didn't love that, no. Because I had the same idea. Like, both these pitchers, in my mind, aren't that great.
Wasn't Dean Kramer had a stretch where he was dealing last year,
Dude, Dean Kramer's not good.
I was going to say, he was decent all of last year, but he was one of the more luckier pitchers in Major League Baseball. Good. Yeah. He was 13-5, but his ERA was over 4, and his other numbers were even worse.
Line's moving towards Kansas City, too. At 6 a.m., it was minus 160, down to minus 156, minus 155. I don't want to bet Baltimore at that price because I do think Walk is better, but those Baltimore bats are pretty damn hot right now. I know they didn't look good.
It was Baltimore pass for me, but minus 150 is ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't get there.
Yeah, so I guess it'll be Orioles or pass for me.
Because I do think that, I mean, the Royals versus the lefties is more of the spot that we like, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, still.
Baltimore did win the poll. So Baltimore money line may be in the community parlay, but really nothing here. Toast likes the first 5 over. Next up, Reds, Phillies, and Prop Beaver. You made a really strong case on the phone for a Phillies bet here.
Yeah, I decided to isolate that only to the first 5, though, because I thought about it more. Don't really love the bullpen usage for the Phillies the past 2 days. They've used a lot of their high leverage guys. But I do like the Phillies through the first 5 here. I went with the Phillies first 5 run line. Minus the half run plus 100. Andrew Abbott is similar to his fellow Reds arm Graham Ashcraft. He's a guy who had a tale of 2 seasons in 2023. The first 10 starts, he looked incredible. He had a 1.9 ERA, 2.55 WOBA, 0.9 side whip. But the xFIP always tells all, and his 4.32 xFIP suggested a heavy amount of luck was involved. And what happened? The last 11 starts of the season, he looked like one of the worst pitchers in baseball. 6.42 ERA, 3.90 WOBA, 1.78 WHIP. And the xFIP during the second half of the season suggested he was a bit unlucky. I think he lies somewhere between the two. He has a low ground ball rate, he has a high hard hit rate, and he has a high walk rate. I just don't think that's a very good pitcher. Not a recipe for a bet on pitcher, as Toast would say. So I'm not really particularly looking to back this guy this year. On top of that, his road struggles down the stretch were particularly bad. 6.34 ERA, 4.24 WOBA. The Phillies have seen a healthy dose of left-handed pitching the last few days, and this will by far be the easiest challenge amongst that group, amongst Max Fried and Chris Sale. Phillies lineup against lefties at home last year in night games, second in WRC+, first in ISO, first in OPS. They're top 5 in those 3 categories over the last 2 seasons as well. I'm not going to doubt the Phillies offense just because they faltered a bit against elite arms in a heated divisional battle. On the other side, I think this is the perfect sell high spot for a Reds team coming off an emotional win where they had back-to-back home runs to walk it off. In the Washington series, they faced one of the worst starting rotations in the league in a ballpark that breeds run. Now they face Christopher Sanchez, a guy who really impressed his first 2 seasons as a starter. 3.47 ERA, 3.18 xFIP. His one main flaw is his high 1.5 home run per 9, but his 22.6 home run per fly ball rate is 12% greater than the league average. That is going to come down, and his xFIP suggests he should be even better. So I think that kid's really, really going to be good when those home runs eventually regress to where they should be. When they squared off last season, he allowed 3 runs through 6 innings, but he struck out 7 guys. And I project this Reds lineup to be much worse against lefties this season than they were last season. So I'm going to take the Phillies here through the first 5. I really like the Phillies to come out dominant here.
Okay, so I can get on board with your take about Andrew Abbott getting hit here, but I really don't know if I'm there with your trust in Christopher Sanchez. So I don't know if I'm going to be betting this one. Let's see what Toast.
Because you don't know Christopher Sanchez. You obviously.
Oh, I don't know him. Do you know him?
Yeah, I do. He's really good.
Toast.
I love the Phillies here today. I bet the Phillies last night on the money line. It came down a little bit. I'm actually going to bet the Phillies first 5 right
the line
now.
movement is going against you.
I don't give a shit. Don't care at all. Christopher Sanchez, I think, is going to be a lot better than people think this year. 2 stretches, or two of his last 3 starts, one against the Mets, one against the Braves, 10 strikeouts in each of those when he ended the year. I can't really add much from what Beaver said, but yeah, I really like the Phillies here. I also don't know if the Reds are that good. I don't really. I've been saying this a few times over the last couple of days. I think with them losing Friedel and McClain, that's their 2 best guys as far as WAR on that roster. I understand that they won a couple games at home. They also got really lucky and they could have lost those games. So I really think this Reds team needs to be watched very, very closely because I don't know if they're really that good. I can see some sophomore slumps happening. And Beaver talked about Abbott, one of the lefties that not to worry about as far as numbers wise. He's one of the worst in the league. I actually think he's going to be really, really lit up this year. And like he said as well, the Phillies have already seen multiple really good lefties this year already. So this should be a cakewalk for the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, that guy Doug Lane in Discord was like, you don't like Abbott? No, good. If people like Abbott, we're going to catch a lot of value fading this guy this year because I don't think he's very good at all.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me.
I tried.
What about
to get on
bullpen usage,
train.
Toast? What about bullpen usage?
That's why I went with the first
but
5.
here's the thing. Yes, the Phillies have used them a lot, but Soto pitched 1 pitch. He's had 15 pitches in 2 days. Strom is good to go. Hoffman's good to go.
Bro, are you seeing this?
Bro,
Hold on. Let me bring it up so everyone can see.
trust me. I've already looked at it. I'm not.
Oh, no. I want everyone to see. I want everyone to see. Okay, guys.
You can also make sure you pull up Cincinnati's too.
We're going to do one at a time, bro. We got time.
Okay.
All right, so here's the Phillies bullpen. The Toast says no big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Hashtag gassed. I mean, we got no Alvarado, probably no Hoffman, no Dominguez. I mean, Soto could probably pitch. He only threw one pitch yesterday, right?
Yes. And we're going to have Hoffman as well.
You're not going to have Hoffman. He pitched 2 of the last 3 days.
He has less than 30 pitches in 3 days.
Yeah, but he's got to warm up and stretch.
Hoffman is 100% available. Alvarado will probably be available as well. Soto is available. Strom is available.
So hold on, guys. Let me ask you something. You guys don't like Abbott, right? Both bullpens are gassed. Why are we not just taking an over?
You can do that too. I think that
because I like Sanchez, and I think the Reds lineup is overvalued.
The problem is you're wrong.
I like Sanchez too, and I think that the Phillies kill him.
I like the over here. I'm writing it down, though. I'm not betting this one yet. I'm writing it down over.
So I think this is a huge step down in class from this Braves team that they just played the last 3 or 4 days in a row, whatever it was.
All right, so Cincinnati, Philly, over 8.5. I'm writing it down as a possible. I'm not placing that yet because I do, as much shit as I give him, I do trust Prop Beaver's opinion, and if he really likes Sanchez, maybe there is something to like about him. So
Sanchez is good, dude.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. All right, so 55%, 24% Philly. So community's definitely leaning towards the Phils here. Next.
Here's one thing I'll give you. If you like Kyle's over, Christopher Sanchez has looked horrendous in spring training, but I'm willing to look past that. I think he's better than that. So,
okay, so Sanchez had a rough spring training. Supports it over. Next up, Angels Marlins. Now, there was a couple people in the comments saying, quote, Angels are free.
Oh, that's another. Okay, yeah.
Free fuck. I was all over the Angels last night. I was texting Toast about it, and then I had wind up switching my mind. I decided to play a player prop in this one instead of betting the Angels.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll just say the player prop. I went with Jazz Chisholm. I went with over 1.5 bases here. I got that at plus 145 on bet 365. I'm about to check right now. There was a weird thing going on earlier where most of the books had his bases line at 0.5, like juiced to minus 190, and Bet365 had 2+, while FanDuel had his actual line at over 1.5. Most of the books didn't have the alt lines up, so I'm checking right now to see if most of the books finally have those alt lines up. Yeah, you could get them on ESPN, FanDuel.
I thought you were a Jazz Chisholm hater.
I'm a Jazz Chisholm hater against lefties. The dude is absolute booty cheeks against lefties, but against righties, holy shit, the guy can hit the ball. And I do like Chase Silsum long term, but he's considerably worse against lefties as a starting pitcher. 379 WOBA, 2.8 home runs per 9, 657 FIP against lefties in his career as a starter. And on the road against lefties, it's gotten even uglier. 411 WOBA, 777 FIP. I mean, not too lucky, this guy. Meanwhile, Chisholm is a guy who is much better against righties. He has over 102 more points in WRC plus against righties than lefties since 2022.
100?
Yes, he has an 137 WRC plus against righties, 35 WRC plus against lefties since 2022. Yes.
Why does he even start against lefties?
No clue, but he has 380 more points in OPS as well. Significantly better against righties. His best split at home, at night, facing righties, 146 WRC plus, 914 OPS. And if you look at Silseth's pitching arsenal, 94% of his pitches are fastball, slider, splitter, and sinker. Against those 4 pitches against righties over the last 2 seasons, Jazz leads the Marlins in slugging, WOBA, ISO, and batter run value by a metric fuck ton. If he doesn't succeed in cashing against Silseth, the majority of the Angels bullpen are all righties, and they're not the most talented relievers either. He's coming off a home sweep. I think this is a spot where Jazz wants to step up as the leader of this team. He was just calling out Miguel Rojas for being the leader but not producing. He better be producing here. Over 53% of his games with 4+ plate appearances since 2022. Very similar hit rate to the home runs. The hits, runs, RBIs. And we're getting this at plus 145. That's priced at minus 125. I think there's tons of value here.
I actually liked a lot of what you said. Coming off the reverse sweep there from the Pirates. Wants to step up as the leader at home. Raven Ron said A's and Angels are auto fades. Like, dude, did you not see the Marlins? They started off the season 0-4, got reverse swept at home by the Pirates. If you want to auto fade the A's and Angels, sure, but like, how are the Marlins not also on that list for you? They look pretty bad. I haven't heard. That sounds enticing. I'm not the biggest player prop guy, but plus 145, that does sound nice. Toast?
I bet the Angels at plus 100. I'm going to continue to fade this Miami team until they give me a reason not to. And not to mention, Silsleth is actually really good at the end of the year last year. But if I'm getting plus money to fade this Miami team, I'm going to do it. Angels looked really decent yesterday. They have some capable righties or capable hitters in that lineup that can smash. I'm really not worried about it. So, yeah, I took Angels plus 100.
I would lean Angels as well. I really like Silseth. The only thing that took me off of it was his splits against lefties aren't great, and the Marlins are starting a lot more lefties than they were last year. But, dude, Silseth, I think, is really good. And I think as long as he's good against the righties and not the lefties, like maybe give up those 2 bases to Jazz and struggle and be good against everybody else, I think the Angels have no problem here. The Marlins stink out loud right now.
They're terrible. Sanchez is the only lefty that really worries me right now. Lisa Rise doesn't even look that good. Nick Gordon is terrible. So if Sanchez gets lucky and gets barreled, then maybe they get a run or two.
I put Angels up for me too, and I did type it on my maybe list. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on this one, but I mean, how do you not fade the Marlins? I think the Marlins are looking like the worst team in baseball, right? I mean, how do you even argue against that? So 44%, 41% Angels. So community slightly leaning towards the Angels, but there's a lot of people out there betting the fish here.
I don't know why.
Someone said Chase Silseth, 16.91 expected fit versus Miami last year. Bro, all those Miami hitters are gone. No one's there before. No,
I also think he only pitched like an inning or two. It might have been 2 innings or something like that. It wasn't a start.
Like Soler, they're all gone, those guys, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a start. It was a relief.
He only came in once in relief?
Yeah, I mean.
Against Miami.
Oh, who cares then? All right, Rangers, Rays. Wait, did I skip a game? Nope. Rangers, Rays. Rangers plus 106. Rays minus 125. Someone asked for the over-under, so I'll put over 8.5 and under in here. The only time I can't do the only over-under is if it's a big odds and we need to have the minus 1.5 plus 1.5 because YouTube only gives me the option to put 4 selections in the poll. So, Rangers, Rays should be a good series here. Dane Stunning on the mound. World Series champs at plus money. What do you think, Toast?
Not for me. I bet the Rays last night at minus 120. Ryan Pepio is my guy.
Bet on pitcher?
I can't put the tag on him just yet, but I think that there's a reason that the Rays wanted him in that Glasnow trade, and I expect him to pitch really, really well coming in here for Tampa Bay. Not to mention the fact Dane Dunning does have really good numbers against this Rays lineup, but over the course of his career, he's been a lot worse on the road. I think this Rays lineup at home in the Trop can really absolutely match. Rays in the Trop last year, 53-17 or 53-18 at home, with the Rangers just under 500 on the road themselves. So I took the Rays at the Trop.
Your kid disagrees with the pick. He didn't like it.
Nah, he just woke up.
I heard him chirping.
Prop Beaver, would you agree with Tampa?
No, I'm actually on the other side. I ride or die with Dane Stunning. You know how I roll. Dane Stunning is the father of this Rays lineup. Everybody knows that. 35 plate appearances, 314 OPS, 111 OBA.
Everybody knows that, he says.
Those 4 hits, none of those were extra base hits, all singles. He's made 3 starts against them, 1.13 ERA, 0.94 whip, 0.56 home run per 9. More specifically, the trio of Rosarina, Diaz, and Lowe are combined 1-19 against Dunning. And if they can't hit Dunning, the rest of the lineup really doesn't scare me. The Rays are starting 8 righties these days, and versus right-handed batters, Dunning has performed significantly better in the last 2 seasons, seeing a 60-point drop-off in WOBA, a 10% increase in K to BB percentage, a much better whip, and a whole point better in terms of xFIP. So I really like the matchup for Dane Dunning. I like Dane Dunning. He's better against righties. I'm low on this Rays lineup against righties, so I'm willing to back Dane Dunning here. They have his earned run line at 1.5. So that shows a lot of confidence for me in the books here with Dane Stunning. On the other side, we got, how do you pronounce his name, Toast? Pepio?
Pepio.
Oh, okay.
You're muted,
and he's
Toast.
nasty. He's nasty. The last two
Sorry,
spring
I didn't know
starts-
I was on mute. Sorry. Pepio.
Okay, Pepio. The kid's nasty. Last two spring starts, he pitched 11 innings. He allowed 3 hits, 1 run. He struck out 14 batters while walking just 1. He's really good. And in his second season for the Dodgers, we really saw him thrive. He had a 2.14 ERA, 20.8K to BB percentage. But it was the second year in a row where his xFIP was considerably higher than his ERA. And what really makes him hard to read is his wildly different splits through 2 seasons in the league. In 2022, he dominated righties and got murdered by lefties. In 2023, he couldn't be touched by lefties, but was significantly more vulnerable against righties. On top of that, though, look at who we faced down the stretch last year when he was really good. The Giants, the Rockies, the Tigers, the Padres, the Marlins twice, the D-backs when they were slumping, and the Guardians. So these aren't exactly the most impressive lineups to me. This is the Rangers, the World Series champs, and this is a lineup that I expect to be even better against righties than they were against lefties last year. So I'm just really not loving it here. The Rangers are going to be without Leclerc, but the rest of their high leverage arms are rested here. So I have to take the plus money with the Rangers today. I'll be on the Tampa train tomorrow when they lose tonight and Andrew Heaney goes into Tampa. I will happily be taking my raise at the plus money. But today I'm taking the Texas Rangers with Dane Stunning on the mound.
That's tough because I thought you both made some strong angles there.
It'd be a shame if those Rangers bats that's like a 120 WRC plus at home drops to like a 100 WRC plus on the road.
It'd be a shame if Pepua hasn't faced anybody and is going to get shelled. It's a shame.
It's a coming out party. You didn't get the invitation?
So
what is he?
I like what Toast said about I like what Toast said about Pepio, and Tampa seems to always hit with the pitchers that they want. Like they paid Eflin. It was the first guy they ever big contract with. Like hit with him. I just trust that organization when it comes to evaluating arms. So if they are big on this guy, I have reason to believe he'll probably be pretty good. But I really don't trust this Rays lineup, Toast, against righties. Prop Beaver gave us some notes right before opening day. Tampa's lineup is probably not going to be nearly as good against righties this year as they were last year. Maybe against lefties, and I'm assuming that's why Prop Beaver likes them tomorrow against Heaney. But against Dane Dunning, I think the fade Dane Dunning on the road trend died last year. That was a 2022 trend. I don't even think
deceased.
I don't even think he was that bad on the road last year. So what about a first 5 under here, based on what you guys said?
I was looking at it, but I think it was at like 4 or something. It was something stupid low, I felt like.
Let me check. I think based on what if I bet a first 500, it encapsulates both your guys' notes. Both you guys could be right if I bet a first 5 under. It's at 4.5, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, I just saw that Dunning's earned run
4.5 of FanDuel minus 102.
So I was assuming it was at 4.
I'm taking it right now. Sorry, guys. 1 sec.
Well, something's suspicious then. If that's at 1.5, that first 5's at 4.5.
What's that 1.5?
Dane Dunning's earned run line. That means that Pepe Le Pew is getting rocked today.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew.
That should be free money for the Rangers then at plus money. They're just giving it away.
Hey, they may. I don't know what the books do these days. They've been giving a lot of money away.
I don't work for them.
Yeah.
Either. I'm just pointing that out.
They give out money with the Guardians these days. They just give out money. It's crazy.
I'm in.
Yo.
First 5 under. Let me put it on the screen and we'll move to the next game. Oh, no, that's Toast's first 5 over. Mine is first 5 under 4.5. And I just got it at minus 102. So nice little extra.
That is pretty solid.
Yeah, so I like my bet. And this is the first bet I actually placed in MLB. First 5 under in this one.
Thanks for tailing me, bro.
Next game. Thanks for tailing. I tailed both of you, technically.
Yeah,
Prop Beaver likes Stunning. You like Pepio. I'm down with both.
He likes Pepe Le Pew.
I could see Prop Beaver. I could see no Leclerc, Rangers bullpen blowing this, and Toast getting the win.
They got Kirby Yates. They got David Robertson. They got guys on guys on guys.
Please, God, bring David Robertson into the game.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. Against your scrubby bats, I would love that.
Now it's time to let's talk Mets baseball. A sad, desolate place.
At the park yesterday, I could just tell you, it felt like the team stunk. I got in my seats.
I tried to
like,
tell you,
oh, this team stinks.
What do you mean? This is exactly the start we want. Let all the casuals stop watching the Mets. Let Andy start following Georgia football. Let all the casuals bail on the Mets, and we'll be back. This is the start I wanted. I want to be like 10-18. That's where I want to be. All right. Any reason to take a shot with
Yeah,
the
so you can trade Pete Alonso and get some really good pieces out of it.
Toast? Are you betting the Mets?
No, this is a P word for me. I really
P-word.
want to get. Yeah, it's a pass for me. I really wanted to get to the Tigers here, but I understand that Reese Olson didn't really look bad last year, and he actually finished the year pretty damn decent, but I'm not there. And I also think that Sean Manaea could actually pitch pretty well today. So I guess maybe I lean under, but I actually at 7.5, I didn't play it. But yeah, I lean Detroit in the under, but like I said, it's a pass for me.
AJ, is this a P word?
It's Detroit or P word for me. Because I mean the Mets. I mean Jesus Christ, right now. One thing I will say, Olsen has struggled a bit more against lefties than righties. First 3 or 4 batters in the Mets lineup are lefties. So maybe that helps out a bit, but I don't know. He was pretty damn good on the road last season. I'll give him that. And the Mets, through their plate appearances that they've seen thus far, they can't hit righties for shit. They got a 29 WRC plus, a 470 OPS in the opening series against the Brewers. I mean, that is pathetic. I expect this lineup to be a lot better than that, but can we even trust them in this current slate? I don't know. Olsen looked good in spring. I think he can have a decent outing here. What's to say he doesn't at this point? And then Manaea on the other side, his last 2 starts against Detroit were horrendous. 8.10 ERA, 2.10 whip, 2.7 home runs per 9. But if you look at his marks against the current lineup, they're pretty good. 602 OPS, 180 OBA, and that's through 50 plate appearances. So that makes things a bit tricky here. One thing I will say is that if you look at his last 2 home starts against the Tigers, he was 2-0 with a 2.08 ERA and a 0.69 whip. So he performed much better there. The ones he got shelled in were both at Detroit. And that's been the trend with Manaea most of his career. Last 2 seasons, he's got a 3.55 ERA at home, 5.83 on the road. He looked really solid in spring, which is good, but so did Luis Severino. And we just saw him allow 12 hits to the Brewers the other day. Tigers are a lineup that I expect to be quite a bit better against lefties than righties, so I think they could get a couple runs off Manaea. I just think with the way the Tigers are running right now and with the way the Mets are running right now, I would take the plus money. So that's about as simple as it gets. I'm getting the better hitting split for the Tigers and at plus money, and the Mets suck right now. I'll take the plus money.
It's just really, really hard to lay 135. Like maybe if this was like minus 110, like a pick 'em, like maybe I could get there with the Mets, but not laying minus 135 or whatever.
Mets need to show me something. I mean, yesterday was embarrassing.
100%.
It's just ground ball after ground ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement. I would probably, if I was, there's no way I would take the Mets at this price right here. But if I was to place a bet here, is that 7.5 with 2 bad starting pitchers or 2 starting pitchers we expect to be bad? I would probably just lean over at 7.5. I'm not betting it though. But yeah, that's where I would go. So we got 49%, 36% in favor of the Tigers. So community definitely leaning towards the Tigers in this one. So we on to the next game, which is Toronto-Houston. Nice series starting here. Toronto came through for me. That was my favorite bet yesterday. I didn't bet it heavy or anything, but it was my favorite back in Gaussman.
No, but you, me, and Kamish, we all talked about it. We all bet it. So it's nice when that all happens.
Yeah, we all agreed on it. Yeah, that was a nice one. So they're on the road in Houston. Astros 0-4, laying minus 140, minus 145 juice. Total sitting at 9. I mean, are the Astros in a similar situation as the Mets in a sense where it's like you can't lay this kind of price with Houston until they show up?
I'm at a point, not on the road, but I'm at a point now, like I can't play the Astros at home until they start winning some games at home. I understand that they've been pretty decent through the first 5, if I'm not mistaken, against the Yankees, and then obviously they lost the games. But their struggles at home have gone back almost a year now. So I'm not in any position to be laying it with the Astros in any way, shape, or form right now. So it would be Toronto or pass for me. I just don't know a ton about that Bowden Francois kid, and I'm not going to act like I do. So like I said, it's Toronto or pass. They look pretty decent in Tampa Bay at times, but they also look really bad at times. But it's a nice plus price, but there's no way I touch it with Houston.
Are there this many people out there betting the Astros to justify this price?
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing that just blows my mind.
Prop Beaver?
I mean, yeah, this is another tough one. I'm leaning over 9 or pass here. Because Yeah, Bowden Francis, as a reliever, the dude's been elite. 170 ERA, 242 WOBA, 0.84 whip in the majors. That's phenomenal. But he's one of those XFIP mother effers. He's one of those Bryce Elders where the XFIP just doesn't correlate with the ERA. He's eventually going to have that catch up to him. And who knows if it's going to come in his first major league start. We see some guys come and debut and they're fantastic. We see some guys debut and they're horrendous. And I'm just really not loving the reality of having to make your debut against an Astros team that just got swept at home by the Yankees, a rival they absolutely hate, and they've got 124 average WRC plus in their lineup over the last 3 seasons. That's not something I really feel good about backing. I don't really know what he's going to do, but something I am worried about is what is behind him in the bullpen. They still don't have Swanson. They still don't have Romano. I don't trust his bullpen. Most of the guys who are available in the bullpen are a lot worse on the road. I know Yimi Garcia is horrendous on the road. So I think the Astros are going to be able to put up runs here. If they don't get it off Francis, I think they're going to be able to get it late. And then on the other side, we got Ronel Blanco. And last time we saw him face off against the Blue Jays, yeah, we saw him do well. 6 innings, 2 runs, but he allowed 3 hits, 4 walks. He hit a guy. So not the best outing. He only gave up 2 runs, but he should have gave up more. And the bullpen for the Astros is absolutely gassed right now. Abreu's not going to be able to go. Hader's not going to be able to go. Scott's not going to be able to go. So 2 of their best 3 relievers are out for this one. And Blanco through 7 starts last year, to put it quite frankly, sucked. 4.74 ERA, 6.91 FIP. So he should have been even worse than what that ERA was telling us. And I'm not going to get excited over the spring because he had a great spring last year and was just as bad. So I think the Astros bullpen situation is what makes this difficult, because if the Astros bullpen was rested, I would bank on an Astros bounce back here. I would. But since they're not, I'm just going to bank on some runs here. We've seen some high-scoring Houston-Toronto series in the past where we've seen some pitcher blowouts. I remember Kevin Gausman got rocked for, I believe, 10 runs once. Alek Manoah got rocked for like 10 runs once. So I'm just hoping to see an explosion from one of these guys. 2 bullpens I don't trust right now. 2 bullpens that are gassed. So I'm hoping for runs.
Toronto's bullpen isn't that bad. Prop beaver. It's Houston's that's really fucked.
Yeah, Toronto. I mean, Toronto. No, he's saying that Toronto's bullpen just in general is on the road is a much worse.
They're not good.
All the guys because they don't have all their main guys because they're hurt. Is what he's trying to say. And then as far as like you said with the Astros bullpen, all those guys aren't available. And then that Mushiski kid, or however you pronounce his name, he went 2 of the last 3 days with a major pitch count, and he's been absolutely terrible. So if he gets in the game, that's not even a positive.
They still do have Montero and Presley, which is 2 reliable arms for them. But
yeah, but Presley's not going to. I mean, Presley's only going to play if they have
and
a lead.
Montero, I was looking at his game while you guys were talking. I was looking at his game logs from last year. This dude doesn't throw 100 pitches. I mean, you're lucky if you get 4 or 5 innings out of him.
And Seth Martinez has been decent for them.
So why are we not betting Toronto then?
It's Toronto or pass for me.
Why don't pass?
I just don't know what to expect from Francois. Like Beaver touched on it, it said exactly how I feel about it as well. Like, do I expect him to pitch well? Yeah, kind of. But it wouldn't really shock me to him to get lit up by an Astros team that's been embarrassed. For me, it's just it goes back to I've seen this Astros team struggle at home for a while now, and I'm not trying to lay a price with them. So.
Is it Francois?
I don't know.
I think it's Francis.
It's Francis.
I think he had a brain fart. He had a glitch in the algorithm. I think it's just Francis.
Francois. It's fucking Francis, dude.
It's because they're freaking French in Toronto. Whatever.
Francois. All right, so it's 40.
He's going to be Francois from now on. I can assure you that.
It's going to be brought up. 42%, 39% in favor of Toronto. So community is leaning towards the Blue Jays, but not overwhelming. Also, 16%, 2% over. So it looks like a lot of people are on the over there as well. Next up. All right. Yankees, D-backs. This should be a cool series we got starting here. Yankees, after sweeping the Astros, now they go out on the road to the desert. They got the Yanks laying -120 juice with Ryan Nelson is on the mound for the D-backs.
Beaver, did you see that we have the same play?
No, I did not. But touche. I mean, I feel like it's a great play.
I'll let Beaver tell it because he's going to do a lot better going through the numbers with you. But I posted the same play last night.
So the poll's running. Cast your votes. So you guys have the same play? Share it with us.
Yeah. It's called the Fade Ryan Nelson at home system. It's a flawless system. It's been going on for years now. No, it's actually been only going on for 2 years. But Ryan Nelson has now allowed his last 12 of 13 opponents at home to go over 2.5 runs through the first 5 innings. So we're going to be playing Yankees first 5 team total over 2.5. You can get that at -110 on ESPN. As I just mentioned, the dude's unbackable at home. You want to listen to these home splits?
Hold on one
At
sec.
home,
So this graphic, I'm sorry, guys. It's supposed to say first 5 team total over. Andy messed it up.
Typical Andy. Such a
I
scum.
just want to say before Beaver reads off these numbers, they're so bad. I had to make sure that I was looking at the right ones. But go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
So at home, 7.25 ERA, 1.76 WHIP, 6.04 xFIP. I didn't even know xFIP goes that high. That's
what
how
I'm
bad
saying,
the dude
I'm
is.
like, huh? Did I
Yeah.
do something wrong?
That is how bad this kid is at home. And then it's even worse against lefties, where that jumps to a 4.75 WOBA, a 2.15 WHIP, and a 6.4 xFIP. The Yankees are projected to have 5 lefties in their lineup today, including Soto, Rizzo, Verdugo, Wells, who smashes lefties, and a red-hot Oswaldo Cabrera, who looks unbelievable right now. Those guys had success in the Houston series, and the Yankees as a whole against righties in that series, 136 WRC+, 202 ISO, 821 OPS. The only reason I didn't put this as a 0.75 unit bet is because home-away splits are a bit less tangible than lefty-righty splits, and we have little data thus far, but I think the Yankees should light Ryan Nelson up here. I don't think Ryan Nelson's that good. I've backed Ryan Nelson on the road sometimes. I've faded him at home a lot. I'm just going to keep fading him at home until he shows me that he could be trusted there.
So Yankees first 5 team total under, and Toast, you have the same exact thing?
Yep, I posted.
And you guys
it
didn't even
last
talk about it? You just happen to have the same bet?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, we talked about like how bad Ryan Nelson was and stuff in group chat and stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty simple system. This kid's just been absolutely terrible. And then not to mention the fact that Soto in 11 plate appearances, or 14 plate appearances, has 3 walks, 2 home runs, and a triple. So I played Soto over 1.5 total bases at plus 100 last night. I'm not sure where it is right now, but they should absolutely smash this kid.
Yeah. All right, so let me get to it. I don't know why your pick graphic reset here, so let's get to. You said you also played Soto's over?
Yeah.
bases.
Soto has really good WRC plus versus righties. Judge, Volpe. I'm not sorry, not Volpe. Verdugo, and then sneaky one at the bottom of the lineup, Austin Wells. Lots of power.
Yeah.
So I guess what's keeping you from doing the Yankees' first 5 run line? Just don't want to trust Gil?
I've just been making this play against Nelson for a while now. So it's just...
If it ain't broke, all right, I'll tell you. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me pull up.
It's like, why bring Gil into it if I could just
Yeah.
fade Ryan Nelson?
So, all right.
And not to mention the Arizona. I mean, they did play the Rockies, but Arizona, I mean, has put up some runs, 5 runs or more in 3 of their last 4 games. I mean, 16.
So first 5 over then. Fuck Gil.
I mean, that works too. Yeah, same difference, I would assume. Yeah.
All right, let me look at the price on that.
I know. I think my uncle's on the over in general, but yeah.
First 5 overs at 5.5.
Oh, that's why.
It's plus money though. I'm writing it down. I don't know if I'm gonna bet that one. This weird ass system. I don't know if I trust you guys with that shit. It sounds crazy to me. The fade Ryan Nelson at home system, and we take first 5 team totals overs. The whole thing just sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
It kind of is.
All right.
It worked.
All right.
I don't question anything that works.
All right, so the poll, 47%, 40% Yankees. So Yankees do win the poll, but not by a lot. There's a lot of people taking Arizona here at the plus 100.
Somebody asked me yesterday if I was worried about Fraley's splits, and I said, let me tell you something. I haven't looked at Jake Fraley's splits in a year. Just bet the bet.
just please. I took it yesterday. Worked for me.
Yeah. The Reds were awesome yesterday. God bless them.
Yeah, that was awesome. Benson is just on fire. Have you seen, like,
Dude.
every single time he hits the ball, it's like 100 miles an hour and better?
And he screams and he celebrates. He's a man. He's the man.
So now, are you guys believers in Tanner? Tanner Houck on the road here.
I'm a believer of the Red Sox coaching staff. I think
Yeah.
it's very evident Kamish has pounded this point home to us. But yeah, after everything that we saw in the Seattle series, it's really hard for me not to like what Tanner Houck's going to do. I didn't bet the Red Sox. I don't like the price. I didn't like them traveling. And I actually
Who
think
the fuck
Joe
is Boyle?
he's been decent. Nothing special, but he had 3 starts last year. He only gave up 3 runs in like 17 innings or something like that. Again, I don't know a ton about him. The A's absolutely are terrible, but like I said, it was a pass for me. But yeah, I do think Houck should deal. Maybe an under.
I was thinking Boston -1.5 here. This team's
that too.
Red hot. Hey, what's up with Devers? Is he hurt?
That's
I think he played yesterday.
He played yesterday. He should be fine. It's him and Jansen. Jansen has a sore back. Supposedly he was unavailable, but now he should be available. So I'm not positive with that, but yeah.
I just want to confirm. He definitely played yesterday?
Devers did,
He was in the starting lineup?
100%, yes.
He went 1 for 5. And he's projected to play again tonight?
I believe so.
I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, he's slotted to bat second, playing third.
Dude, so how are we not just fading Oakland here with Boston?
Because Tanner Houck is not at the level that
He's
the
better
other
than
pitchers we
what's
just
his
had.
face Boyle.
He's better than Boyle, and I think with the pitching or the coaching was going to help them a lot. But I'm with Beaver. I got to see it with my own eyes first.
Yeah, dude. What? Like you're saying this so confidently, but like
I'm
I
just
think
saying,
through the
like at
first five,
-146. But the way Boston played in that Seattle series, how's this not -180?
Because I'm not really sure if Seattle is really.
How well did they play in that Seattle series? Didn't they split the series?
Yeah,
How
they split
well
the
did they
series
play?
against a tough road opponent across the country. It's a great start. I'll take 2. Boston will take 2.
Beach?
Boston will take.
I'll give you that.
Like they didn't do anything crazy. They scored fucking 5 or less runs in 3 of those games. They didn't do anything.
The pitching difference between the Mariners and the Athletics is.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like he's acting
No, I
like
get
they
it.
did, like they were world beaters.
I'm just saying,
They
if
had
you're
a
Boston,
series.
you're cool with that start. Going on the road across the country just to a tough
Yeah.
opponent and splitting 2-2.
Yeah, it's just like I don't think I'm running to the window with Kenley Jansen day to day, and the Red Sox bullpen, as crappy as it is, laying 1.5.
I will say to Sauce's point, it's a small sample size, but Joe Boyle has really struggled against lefties. So that's Duran, Devers, Casas, Yoshida, Valdez.
Yep.
That's their bigger bats. So I mean,
I have that listed. All
right, so I'm not going to bet Boston if you guys aren't.
It's a pass.
This is what I want to do. I'll put it up on the screen, but it doesn't really seem like these guys are co-signing it. I would like to get a co-sign.
I wanted to get the How K's, but I can only do that at home.
This is what I want to do. Boston -1.5. Oakland sucks. But I won't do it. So our poll in this one, it seems like both these guys, neither of them have really anything they like. Our poll, 80%, 13% Boston.
Sauce, what if I told you that the Boston bullpen is actually fresh and the Oakland bullpen is gassed? 2 of their top 3 arms are gone.
Right, so let's play this. Let's bet this, man.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm just telling you. I just looked at that and because I couldn't remember if Mason Miller pitched yesterday. He didn't, so he'll be available. But Erks and Jimenez or whatever his name is, they'll both be down. So they went back-to-back days. So yeah,
Let's get a price on this.
that is another one. I don't know what the price.
Pull up the Carfax.
Plus 114 on FanDuel right here. I'm taking it. Screw you guys. I'm not scared.
Okay, cool.
That's scared.
I'm not scared. I just don't like the bet. It's not a matter of fear. All right. Red Sox -1.5. Just a half.
Now I see, because now I didn't want to look at that bullpen because now I want to bet it.
I'm in. Boston
I'm gonna stick to
-1.5.
my guns just like I did this morning. Stick to my guns.
All right.
I'm staying disciplined today. I don't like the slate. I'm not laying 55,000 wagers out there, okay? Sue me.
I'm not mad at you.
No, Kyle is. Kyle wants me to waste my money. He wants us to waste our viewers' money. He's a sick animal. He's a corporate pig.
It's a winner, bro. Yeah. I'm staying conservative today. I'm not going to bet the winners. That's what you're basically saying.
No, that's
the winners. He said
it's not what happened. All right, okay.
All right, Cardinals on the road in San Diego. Prop Beaver had a really nice Cardinals money line hit on the road in Dodger Stadium. You had Rockies money line in the same night. That was impressive. This one, Gibson making his debut with the Cardinals. Waldrop. I don't have a clue. Do you guys actually let Toast go first? He's a Padres
I need
fan.
Toast to go because he's the Sunday night baseball fade guy and the Padres guy. So I need to hear
Right.
what's going on.
Come
here.
on.
Wait, you got the Cardinals coming off Sunday Night Baseball, right?
You goddamn right. Sunday night, first Sunday night baseball fade of the year, baby. Padres money line. Not only do we get the Cardinals coming off Sunday night baseball, having to travel, we know that's an absolute face spot. We also get to see Matt Waldron, Mr. Knuckleballer, which is even worse for the Cardinals. I think that he's going to be very, very good tonight. Not to mention the fact that the Padres have everybody in their bullpen that they would possibly want. The Cardinals bullpen is like available, but they've actually been worked kind of a lot the last couple days. I really, really like the Padres here in this spot. Their bats have been working very, very well. I do not trust this St. Louis lineup in any way, shape, or form. I think what Waldron's going to throw at them between the knuckles and all that stuff, you're going to have Matsui throwing the splitters and all that stuff, and Suarez with the heat behind it. Not to mention Wandy Peralta can throw anything you want. So I just think it's going to be a really, really rough night at the plate for the Cardinals here. I don't care if the world's on it. I bet San Diego last night at plus 100. They're minus 110 now. Fire up, baby. They win tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
you got no argument for me. I will be riding with Toast there. Give me the Pods.
You're on the Padres too?
I was leaning Cards, but like now that he said the knuckleball thing, I just know how these Cardinals have been swinging and missing out of the gate, and it feels like if you throw anything somewhat complicated towards them, their mind can't process it. So I'll be riding with the Padres here.
Well, and that's the thing is that I'm hoping that we get Waldron for a couple innings, and then they'll bring in Cosgrove, who's got that jinky thing. Then they're going to bring in Peralta throwing changes. Then they're going to bring Matsui throwing the splits, and then Suarez is going to close it out.
Dude, I trust your understanding of the pitching staff to ride with you here.
I'll go. I'll jump on Padres with you guys. You can still get a minus 106 on FanDuel. I just grabbed it.
Yeah, I just feel like the Cardinals, the thing that I was looking at just from like a numbers perspective, Waldron wasn't great last year. And the Cardinals bats I am high on, but I do like your angle here with the way that he pitches. I think they could get him going off that travel.
Did you see that he struck their ass out 9 times when he faced him last year?
No, I actually did not. I don't know how I missed that, but that's a good
5
point.
and 2/3, 5 and 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks.
I'm actually go look at his K prop now. Very good, Toasty. Very good.
Next up. Oh, by the way, so our poll heavily on the Padres here. So 61%, 21% on San Diego. Next up, Cleveland, Seattle. This is an interesting series starting. This one is in Seattle. As we know, Mariners split their opening series 2-2 at home against Boston. We were just talking about it, which is a great start to the season for the Bo Sox. Prop Beaver apparently wants them to go 160-2, where everything's a failure.
I'm just saying, like you score. What do you have some 3? You score 3 runs and win some games in Seattle,
you
and all of a
open up-
sudden you're like,
If you open up the season going on the road for a 4-game series against a tough opponent across the country, you are happy with 2-2.
okay, yeah. If you're happy with mediocrity, you're happy with 2-2.
Learn Seam, bro.
You don't know Seam.
So Toast, we're backing our boy here, right?
No, that's your boy, and you can back him if you'd like.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm betting Seattle, and it's one of my favorite bets on the board today.
A dead Seattle lineup against Tristan Goat McKenzie.
Yep.
You better be playing the full game, not the first 5.
I am. I get Emerson Hancock, who is going to be like George Kirby probably for the Mariners. I really believe that. He's one of their bigger pitching prospects, one of the higher pitching prospects in baseball.
He is sick. He is sick, that kid.
He's going to be that. This is going to be his first full season in the majors, and he's facing a Cleveland team that I'm not really afraid of these bats right now. I understand that they look decent in Oakland, but I think that he's going to probably at least keep them in this game. I understand Tristan McKenzie's pretty well too, but Seattle's bullpen is going to have everybody that they want behind him. And then Tristan McKenzie doesn't have a very good history against the Seattle team in any way, shape, or form. And he also really struggles against right-handed bats. Seattle's going to have 6 in the lineup, not to mention guys like J.P. Crawford at the top. I just think this is J.P. Crawford at the top, who isn't a righty, but actually hits as a lefty, hits righties really well. So I just think this is a really, really good spot for Seattle. Didn't look good yesterday in the day game. If all their pieces in the bullpen, I took Mariners at plus 100 last night. I think they're like minus 105 or whatever now, but I'd still play them at this point. So, yeah, I just think that the Mariners are a lot better, especially at the back end of this game.
Toast, tell me why I shouldn't hammer under 8 right now. I like both these starting pitchers. I don't trust either lineup, and I like both bullpens.
Yeah,
like
I don't
both
because
starters.
Tristan McKenzie has pitched 16 innings since 2022 and looked pretty shaky last year.
What do you mean he looked pretty shaky last year? Thought he was good.
He looked shaky last year.
What is your definition of shaky? He gave up a run once, so that's shaky in prop.
He looked shaky last year, brother.
Let me look it up because I don't even trust your definition of shaky.
XFIP above 6, not very good, brother.
Like a million years ago.
It was last year.
I mean, Tristan looks really good at times. He looks really bad at times. It just kind of depends on when you watch him.
So you're on Seattle really prop
last year. Yeah, I'll join Toasty on the Seattle train there. I don't love it. I don't know much about this Hancock thing, but Toast really seems to like him. I do trust his opinion on pitchers. And if we're looking at the ballpark, pal, simulations today, they think that the Seattle Mariners should be priced at minus 195 and have them winning by 2 runs. I don't normally take their simulations too seriously early on, but I mean, Jesus Christ, that is a massive lead in terms of the Mariners right there. And then I was looking to confirm Toast's what he said about Tristan McKenzie and the Mariners, and yeah, he hasn't done too well against the Mariners in the past. And I'm getting the better bullpen. So yeah, and I think the better lineup too. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Mariners there at that short price with the discount because nobody knows who Hancock is and everybody loves McKenzie.
What about a Cleveland team total under?
Why not just take the Mariners at the minus 105?
Because I don't trust that lineup, and Tristan McKenzie's got Cy Young stuff.
Once a month.
I just got Toast Kid to cry.
Yeah, for real. Like gouge my ear drums out. All right, let me see what the
I was gonna say that wasn't my kid.
Team total.
If it's at 3.5, you need 4 better.
You can get it plus 112 under 3.5 though.
Oh, okay.
The Mariners have won themselves plenty of 2-1 games.
Yeah, I would agree. I see this as like a 3-1, 3-2 game. So I don't hate that.
So let me just I'm just going to take the under then. Why am I trying to get cute with it? Just give me my under. I like the under from the jump. Give me my under.
Yeah, I mean, when the Mariners win 10-1 tonight, it's
10-1.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
The Mariners scored 10 runs. I'll be shocked.
Mariners.
I'll streak naked down Main Street if the Mariners score 10 runs tonight. Yeah.
There's no Main Street where you live.
There is multiple main streets where I live. There's a main street in Frailboro. There's a main street.
You're telling people where you live? That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a 7.5 at plus money. Andy's laughing that you just gave out your hometown to everyone.
If people want to go to Frailboro, they could go there.
Under. So the best you can get is under 8 on minus 112 at DraftKings. So I'm going to grab that. 1 second. I'll put it on the screen too.
Probably gonna have to do a JP Crawford hits, runs, and RBIs, something like that. I haven't decided yet, though.
Why is he a father of McKenzie?
No, but he's the father of the hits, runs, and RBIs at home. And but he rolled his ankle or something yesterday, or I don't know. I feel like I read that, but I can't remember it a lot.
I would like him to play if I'm going to bet this.
That place
exactly. I'm pretty sure he's playing. I just want to make sure I remember that. And he also doesn't strike out that much, like with the other guys like Rodriguez, Polanco, all like 20% or higher K rate. Crawford's like 15 or whatever.
So our poll was 45% Cleveland, 40% Seattle. So actually, the viewers like Cleveland slightly. But we got one more game left, and then we'll get to the community parlay. Last game is Giants-Dodgers. It's kind of a big line, considering I don't think the Giants look that terrible to start the season off. But look at this. Dodgers, 4-2 this season, but a negative ROI. A little bit of value comes into play. What that means is the Dodgers are 4-2, but if you bet the Dodgers money line every single game, you'd actually be down money. For those playing the home game. All right, Dodgers minus 1.5. All right, Toast, are you going Dodger? You trust in Paxton?
Absolutely not. I love the Giants here. Bet the Giants last night at plus 190. The Dodgers are a very good baseball team. There's no question about that. But I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen from the Giants to start the season. They've had some really nice home runs the last couple of days that show some power. It's just one of those things where I am not really worried about the Dodgers. They haven't really looked super good to me, like the team a super team, as you would say. I know that, again, they've hit a couple homers as well. But overall, that offense hasn't been overly impressive to me. The Dodgers are going to start James Paxton, who's a veteran lefty. But this new look Giants lineup absolutely smashes left-handed pitching. The Giants have 7 guys with the WRC plus of 115 or better versus left-handed pitching. Young-Hoo Lee at the top of that lineup is absolutely awesome. I played him under half a strikeout today at plus 120. The dude doesn't strike out. He's probably going to get on base. This Keaton Winn kid, I understand he's not the best. He faced this Dodgers team last year. He went 5 innings. He gave up 2 home runs. Couple runs, a couple home runs. If he doesn't give up a couple long balls, I think he's going to be able to keep the Giants in this game. And the Giants have a full rested bullpen to go behind him. Both Rogers brothers didn't pitch yesterday. The Ball didn't pitch yesterday. And then on top of that, the Dodgers bullpen, Daniel Hudson's went back-to-back days. Evan Phillips has went 2 of the last 3 days. Phillips will be available and stuff like that. Joe Kelly is available, but he looked like trash the first time he went out.
I hope he's available.
Huh?
I hope he's available.
He was kind of sick on the White Sox, though, Kelly. He was kind of sick with the White Sox.
So, he's looked fine. But, like I said, I really, really like the Giants tonight at this price. I understand it's scary to fade the Dodgers, but they also played Sunday Night Baseball, too, yesterday. They didn't have to travel, but it's still a little bit of something. So, I've watched this Giants team play 4 games because they played the Padres, and I watched them close. I am very, very impressed. So, I'm all over the Giants tonight.
It's
also on the Giants.
It's intriguing. It is intriguing. Look at this Giants big price here.
Yeah, I just feel like the Giants are being mispriced. I feel like they're being priced like the lineup that was horrendous against lefties last year, but they acquired Chapman, they acquired Soler, both guys who are excellent at hitting lefties. Their lineup, the average WRC plus against lefties over the last 3 seasons is 121. That's really good. And as Toast was mentioning, their bullpen is fully rested pretty much. Keaton Winn, while not great last season, where is he much better? On the road. Now he's going to be facing them at Dodger Stadium instead of at home. Maybe that will help those numbers a bit against his current lineup. And while the Dodgers do have the best lineup in baseball, freakishly good, there's 3 phases of the game, and I don't think James Paxton is all that amazing. I think he could struggle here. And the Dodgers bullpen, I've been saying it every day, I think stinks. So I have to take the plus money here. I really think that the value is on the Giants as much as it grosses me out.
And the Dodgers have gotten a little lucky to score 5 runs their first game against the Padres, and it needed a broken mitt to score there. I'm just saying that if you watch this Dodgers team, at no point so far you're like, man, this team is so good offensively. Mookie Betts has been really good, but everybody else has just been meh.
What I'm looking at is, what about an under?
I would think the opposite. I was actually thinking the over.
Someone said in the comments, first 5 plus 1.5. What is that? Minus 190?
I have no clue, but
Yeah,
I was thinking the over because I think the Dodgers could hit anybody, even the Giants' good pen, and the Dodgers' pen is booty cheeks. Keaton Winn, he's solid, but the Dodgers could probably hit him, and we think the Giants are going to hit Paxton, so I think there could be runs all over. I just think that
right there,
if there's going to be runs all over, Giants have more value at the plus money.
I'm taking the plus 1 in it. Yep.
That's disgusting, dude.
Watch it hit.
I hate you so much.
I know Toast is going to hate this one.
It's disgusting.
And I'm betting it, not just a lean, betting it right now. Giants plus 1.5.
Oh my God.
When it hits, you guys will be like, oh.
Yeah, because I'm going to cash a plus 1.
Yeah, exactly. Final. If we win our actual bet and we save all that big, we're going to be like, wow, you're an idiot.
Final score 4-3 Dodgers.
No, not going to be low scoring. It's going to be high scoring. That extra run is not going to mean anything.
No, I think under.
No, I think over.
Okay.
I'd lean over too.
Yeah, what?
Giants plus 1.5 is my bet. So, let's do community parlay.
All right, let's do that.
By the way, if you're wondering why they're saying that's bad, it's because the Dodgers, when they win, they normally win by 2 or more. That's why they're saying
the fact that they won by 1 last night. is like, yeah, even more in my head.
I'm not putting weight into trends that don't make logical sense anymore.
Oh my God.
Rangers, Rays, they voted for Rangers, I think, right? Yep. All right, what's the first leg of this community parlay? Go ahead and cast your votes. By the way, this show, this is our time slot, 4 p.m. Eastern time. The reason that you see us popping up at different times is sometimes baseball has day games. So on like Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, we'll come on at like 10:30, 11 a.m. because the games are all starting. But normally, like today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be on at this time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you can count on that happening. You can actually, if you're watching on a smart TV, I don't think there's a notification bell. But if you're on the phone or a computer, you can just click like the bell and it'll tell you. Baltimore money line is going to be in there, 100%. It's a blow away.
It's a blow away.
Yeah, the poll is a blow away. Like, what is it? That doesn't sound right. What the fuck? The blow away?
It's a blowout.
A blowout.
Blow away.
A blow away.
It went over my head until Beaver said something. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Tigers money line. Blue Jays, Astros. They like Blue Jays money line.
I also love your Meneses play, Beaver.
It's not looking great thus far. He's flied out twice, but we'll see if he could gather himself in the later frames.
Cast your votes. What's the second leg of the community parlay?
Friggin' Marco Gonzalez is actually pitching well. What the hell is going on with that?
Oh, I got my Lane Thomas hits, runs, and RBI.
Yeah.
The graphics in the bottom left, by the way, the top charts are percentage of tickets, bottom charts, percentage of handle.
Come on, Nats. Jesus.
You had the time to bet the Nats was Saturday. Get in, get out, hit that plus 158, get out. By the way, that Saturday, people.
I've never seen somebody fucking celebrate one victory so much.
Well, why didn't no one? Yo, hold on. There's a reason for it. Nobody gave me any props for that. Because everyone's making fun of me because I faded UConn.
Because your reasoning was dog shit. It was just betting on Patrick Corbin. You got lucky, essentially.
Well, yeah, bet on pitcher.
So what do you want congrats for? Congrats on getting lucky? Like, what do you want?
Congrats for having the stones to play that plus 158.
Congrats on getting lucky. Good job.
Oh, my God. Dude just cannot accept his L.
I'll take getting lucky at any time at this point.
Yeah, but I'm not going to congratulate on it.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever.
Last time I tweet out, give you
dude.
props for a dog.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Padres money line.
Are you doing this, Beaver, or do I need to?
I have this big screen in front of me, so I can't see who's part of it. But I do have my sportsbook open.
It's Orioles and Yankees so far.
Okay.
Orioles, Yankees. Okay.
Thank you, Helms. I know the dude who hit Cards and Rockies in the same night isn't calling out someone else lucky.
No, that was called skill. Because that's actual reasoning.
Patrick Corbin, bet on pitcher, just a gamer.
I had actual good foundational reasoning that
Me too.
lived to fruition. It all came true. This clown said Patrick Corbin's a bet on pitcher. He pitched like shit and then got saved.
No, he
yes,
didn't.
He did.
No,
yes,
he
he did. And then he got saved because the Reds bullpen blew the game.
I also mentioned that the Reds are overvalued and their bullpen sucks.
No, you didn't say the second part, but okay.
Well, it's a given.
And if you did, it wouldn't have been true because the Reds' high leverage arms are good, so that makes no sense.
I don't think they are. You like Diaz and Sims? I don't.
Diaz is good.
I know.
Sims is
Beaver,
right.
it's not even worth it. I tried to argue that Diaz.
Yeah,
was
I know.
decent.
Arguing with a moron is just
no.
like,
No, it wasn't even
time
Kyle
with
that
my
I was
brother.
arguing with.
Toast, you think the Reds bullpen is good?
I think that Diaz is good. Is my point.
No.
They acquired Pagan, who's another high leverage arm. He's good. I think Buck Farmer's solid.
Oh, Buck Farmer, you like?
Yeah.
As a whole, I would tend to agree that they're not as great.
All right,
say the high leverage arm slap.
Ready? Last leg of the community parlay. It's between these three second place finishers and polls. Cast your votes. Let's get this parlay and get out of here.
Like I'm really like really want to see the Reds play this next week and a half because there's a sneaky suspicion in me that thinks they're going to be really, really bad.
Someone says
I don't know why.
I belong to the Church of Beaver.
Welcome, my disciple. First mass this Sunday. We're giving out Arby's discounts codes.
You hate Arby's.
I hate Arby's, yeah. But
Whenever Prop Beaver uses analogy in like a go-to shitty restaurant, he uses an Arby's. And whenever he uses makes a joke about a shitty place, it's an Arby's restroom. That's his go-to.
yeah.
Why don't you like what did Arby's do to you?
Yeah, I mean,
What type of fast food place serves deli meat? That's heinous.
They have the meats, Beaver. That's what
That's
they have.
heinous.
I'm not a big Arby's guy. I mean,
what did Arby's? Toast goes. What did Arby's do to you?
I mean, the beef and cheddar isn't terrible.
I think if
That's
you
all right.
eat at Arby's more than 3 times a week, you should be studied
Oh,
and kept in a
yeah.
lab.
If you eat Arby's more than 3 times a week, get help. I
You
mean,
should say like
in a
once a
lab,
month, maybe.
Injected with a chip and like studied.
I am a fast food junkie, and I eat Arby's like maybe once every 6 months.
Yeah,
I
because
do eat
otherwise
junky.
you'd need to seek help.
all
I
right.
eat more fast food.
The
than
last
anybody.
leg, by the way, is Phillies money line.
Plus 874.
All right,
Why did you do that fast?
because he had the other 3 up already.
So
Yeah.
did I, but
And he was probably looking at the poll, seeing who was winning. All right, community parlay for the MLB show. Orioles money line, Yankees money line, Padres money line, Phillies money line plus 874. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. And tomorrow there's 15 games. We have Modai joining the 3 of us. So there'll be 4 of us. So it'll probably be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Modai's coming on to share his home run props. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
tomorrow 4 p.m. NBA show will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow, so same schedule. And we might do a nightcap tonight. I'll talk to Toast and Kamish, see if we want to do a nightcap. People really liked it. Unfortunately, with the nightcap, for those of you who don't know, we went live at midnight and stayed on until 1:30 a.m. and literally went through all the games. I had an internet browser open, and we literally just went and handicapped the games. People really liked it. Unfortunately, though, it can't always be planned. So that's something just make sure you have the notification thing set for the channel. Because a lot of times it's just a text like, hey, you guys want to go live and handicap these games? Sure. So it's not like I can always schedule them. So, all right. Someone said I have Braves -1.5 games to lead. I'm pretty sure run lines lose. I think money lines win, run lines lose, right?
yeah, you're gonna have to check with your book because some of them are different too. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure
in general.
if a game is called due to rain, if you have the money line, it's a winner. But I don't think run lines win, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That would be disgusting.
I'm pretty
It is.
sure.
No, it is disgusting, and they give you your money. They give you your money back like they think that's better, and it's not.
It's not. I'm winning. I mean, I bet you if you had White Sox plus 2.5, you'd take it.
True.
All right. So let's end the stream. Have a good night, guys. Let's bet responsibly. I'll be in the Discord. I need to eat something real quick. So I'll be in the Discord in like an hour. Later.